Okay, so you guys should have open hilo.js and hilo.html. For those viewing at home, I'll have the files attached to the email for you if you don't have it. So, okay, let's review what we got going here. So if we go to our Hilo game, I'm going to just shift refresh to make sure here. So if we click play, it was supposed to draw a card. Mine drew a 5. Okay, and that's as far as we got, I think, was just drawing the card, right? Because we did, if you click play, it says card 1 equals draw a card, so it goes to draw a card. It sets a random number between 1 and 13. Then it returns the random number. And then that is used in calling another function called display card to change that random number to a text of ace through king, and then we set joker as our default in case something else didn't work. So that looks good. Okay, so we've got where it picks a card now. Now we want to do something when we hit high or low. Is the next card going to be high or low? So we're going to want to launch something if you hit the low key or the high key. So what should we do to do that? What do we have to, any ideas? We're going to have to create functions for our high guess and our low guess, right? So let's go down inside your JavaScript at the very end, so we're outside all the other functions, and we'll create a new function. So functions are created with a function call. Let's call the first one guess low. Remember, case matters, spelling matters, so I use mine all lowercase and misspelled low as just LO. We're going to have our parentheses and our curly brackets to put our stuff inside of there. Then we're going to need another function for the high. So we're going to Control C, guess high, HI. Capital HI, as in guess high. Okay. So you got those two functions created. So now we need to go to our HTML and plug them in. So we're looking for our high button and our low button. I set their values. So you'll look ID high low, input type button, value high, low, value high. So in the on click for the low, we want to put in, oops, if my touchpad doesn't interfere, guess low, parentheses, semicolon. So on click, low, guess low. Guess what we do for guess high, or for on high? We do guess high. Now because we're on a different file, it will not do code completion on that for you. So you got to be a little more careful there. Make sure we spelt them the same. Guess low, guess high on our on clicks, on our value high, value low. Anyone not got that? No? Okay, good. So basically we got to figure out what are we going to do then. So basically let's go back to, I use basically way too often. We go back, and so we'll have a card here. If you guess low, it's going to be less than the card that's bet. High, it's going to be higher than the card that is bet. So in our code, inside of our JavaScript, if we go all the way back to the top, we store our card 1. That's why we created a global variable outside the functions to store our card 1. So now we're going to want to pick a card 2. So let's set a global variable for the card 2 up here too, just in case we need it outside of the functions it's created in. So let's do let card 2. So now we're going to have our card 2 up there as well. And while we're at it, we might as well make a display 2 as well. Display 2. Okay. So you got that. So we got our card 2, display 2. So now let's go down to our functions here. Before we we drew a card and we did a random number between 1 and 13, right? We created this draw card function. We can still use that draw card function for drawing our next card, right? So let's say we say low. First thing we want to do is we're going to want to set our card 2 equal to draw a card. Just like that, just like we did before. So we're reusing a function so we don't have to rewrite all that function stuff. We can just call the same function and use it again. You can see where if you created a solitaire game and you had to draw all kinds of cards, that you could redo that and you didn't have to create one for every time you needed a card. So, okay, so we got our draw card. After that, then what we did is we set our display one to display card 1. So we're going to reuse that same code again to display our new card. So we're going to go down here. I just copied it. I pasted it. And I'm going to say display 2 is equal to display card 2. So now it's going to take our random draw card 2. It's going to set up a display. Okay. Then finally, we had to put that text that we got back as our display 2, we had to put it on the HTML file. So if we go back to our HTML file, where we recorded it, we recorded our, let's see, we got our play. Here's our card num1, ID num1. We're going to have right next to it ID num2 where we want to put that second card. So we're going to go back to our JavaScript. And we got a line up here where we did document get element by ID num1 inner.html equals display 1. Copy that. And then we're going to go down and we're going to paste that down here. But we're going to set it to num2 now and display 2. So we're going to do it to num2 on our board. We're going to use our display 2 that we got and we're going to put it in there. Did I lose anyone? Nope. Okay, a lot of copy and paste can really speed things up for you. So now let's go test it. So make sure you save it. And let's go to our file. Make sure you refresh your file. And, oh good, for a second I thought I forgot to restart the video. Okay, let's hit play. We got an ace, let's say, well, low, or actually it's gonna be higher, but I gotta hit low. Okay, I hit low, nothing happened. Anyone? And nothing? Okay, so that means we got an error. What do we do when we got an error? Check the console, so inspect your element and go to your JavaScript console, and I do not have an error here. I mean, I got one, but it's related to the way I set up my HTML file, which is nothing. So that's not a problem. So there must be an error somewhere else then. It's not a JavaScript error causing us our problem. So, okay, so here, let's refresh and try it one more time just for the fun of it. Play low, nothing. Okay, so let's go back to our code. Let's check our high low HTML, make sure that when we click that low, we call guess low, G-U-E-S-S, capital L-O. I'm going to go to my highlow.js and make sure that my function call is guess low, G-U-E-S-S-L-O. Okay, good, so we're there. So the first thing we want to do is make sure we're getting to the function anyway. So let's do alert. Or here, I got it saved, I got it pasted. Alert high, no, it didn't, I copied over it. Alert and high. Then I'll know that I get into that function when I click on the guess low. So save it, run back out here, refresh, play, got my number, low, no alert, so I'm not calling my function. You got an alert? I thought I did. Shift, refresh. You got alert, play, low, nothing. I must have an error. Maybe, let's see, alert high, guess low. I have saved the file. You can tell in here, have I saved my HTML file though? No, I didn't save my HTML file. Okay, so I saved my HTML file. Go back, try it again, shift, refresh, play, and actually that, nope, I'm getting nothing. Why am I getting nothing? I'm going to inspect one more time since I changed something. Console, nothing. Okay, so that's fine. What is causing the issue? Oh, I don't have semicolons. Or did I? No, I had a semicolon. Guess low, semicolon, on click, input type, button. Okay, let's see. And GUESSLO. Let's go back to my JavaScript. GUESSLO. That curly braces, but it's not calling it. It's called function. Okay, another thing you can do is on the page, I can right click and I can view page source instead of inspecting the element. You can do it through inspect element, but it's sometimes easier here. This will show me all that HTML file that we're looking at. So I look down here. Oh, look at that. I've got no on click on my, or no, that's wrong. Here it is. I got no file on my on click. So my HTML file isn't updating. Let me take a quick look at that. I'm going to pause here. Okay, it turned out I was just referencing a wrong HTML file. So I've got that working for me. So let's shift refresh. So what we do is we hit play, it draws this first card. We're gonna just hit low right here and it's gonna, oh, alert me, I'll get rid of that. It's gonna draw the second card and it's gonna display that second card. Now, because I clicked low and it's lower than a jack, I should be, yay, and you got it or whatever. So that's just the next step in what we're doing. So let's go back here. I'm gonna kill my alert, get that out of there, don't need it. Okay, so once we've drawn a card, then we want to compare it. Now, before we do that, let's do the same thing with hi. Now, here's something interesting. What you could do, if you wanted to, is if we just copied everything in this code and put it right here, hi will work. Now, because we've got code in two places, that means if we make a change, we got to change it in two places. So this is a good opportunity instead to make another function. So we're going to go function happy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove that. I'm going to go down below my function guess hi. And I'm going to create a function called draw second card. It's okay to have numbers in a function name or a variable as long as they're not the first character. You can't have two. So draw second card. Then I'm going to curly brackets. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut what I got in my guess low. Control X. I'm going to paste it inside of draw second card. I don't want to run too far ahead of you. So all your code from guess low that worked before should now be in draw second card. And so now all I have to do here is call that function. Now this time we've called functions, we've set it equal, something equal to a function call. We're not returning anything on this. So all we're going to do is we're going to say draw second card, parentheses, semicolon. We'll do that there, and we're going to do that, oops, there. So both my guess low and guess high will be draw second card. So that way I don't have to do that twice. And if I make a change to drawing my second card, I can I can just change it in the one place. Now, is anyone thinking that this function could actually be more general and I could draw my first card with it too? Now, we're not going to go there, but you could do that. You could make it even more general and draw your first card and pass parameters and things like that to do it. And maybe later we'll go back and do that. But so right now, everyone should have draw second card and the function call. So let's confirm it works. Let's go back to our program. Let's refresh our program. Everything's saved. Play, if I hit low, oh, it's still got that high. I got to get rid of that. Okay, I thought I got rid of that. Okay, so it draws two. Refresh, play, high. Nothing. So I'm thinking I'm still got something going because I didn't save something because I killed that alert. So yeah, I didn't save this. There we go. Okay, so shift refresh, play low. There's our 3. Refresh, play high. There's our 10. Hey, I guessed right both times. Hey, no. Okay, so we got that working. We draw our second card whether you hit high or low. And we've got that recorded in our card 2. So we know what our second card is, and we got our first card in card 1. We don't want to use display because we're going to compare them, and we want to compare the numeric values and not the text values. So now what we got to do is we got to display. Let's do an if statement. We're going to do a conditional statement. If, and then we want to compare card 1 and card 2. So this is guess low. So we're going to say if card 1 is what? If we're guessing low. If we want to check and see if card 1 is lower than card 2, we want to do less than. So if card 1 is less than card 2, then we'll have our curly brackets, and right now, let's just alert. Yay! So if card 1 is less than card 2, alert. Yay! We did it. We're going to do more than that, but so while you're here, you can just copy that. You can paste it and guess high after the draw second card. And what do you have to change? You have to change one thing. What do you think that is? Card 1 is greater. So we just have to change that to a greater than sign. Like that. So save it. Go out and test it. Now it'll do nothing right now if you don't get it. So play low. Okay, ace is lower than 6. I didn't get an alert. Let's make sure I saved.
I got a queen and it still said yay. I had a 10. Queen is higher and I hit low.
That's because I got it backwards. So we're getting it backwards. You know why I'm getting it backwards? Because it should be, we're care that card 2 is less than card 1. So I'm going to say card 1 is greater than card 2 and card 1 is less than card 2. I got it backwards, so we're guessing what card 2 is going to be. So switch those around, refresh, play low, 6, yay, it worked. Refresh, play, let's go for high. Nope, didn't work. Didn't do anything. Play high, nope, didn't get a king. Play high, 10, yay, it worked. Okay, good. Okay, so what was I going to say? So now we want to do something more than alert if you get it right or if you get it wrong. And another thing that's been bugging the heck out of people is the fact that you have to refresh the page every time you want to start over. So, okay. So let's do a couple things. First of all, let's do something when you get it right or when you get it wrong. Shall we do something really odd? How about that? Yeah, let's do something odd. So let's go back to our JavaScript code. We got our comparison. Instead of alert yay when we get it, what I want to do is I'm going to change my background color on my page to green. So I'm going to say document dot body dot style sheets dot background color equals green. Okay, I just pulled this out of the top of my head, so if this works, it's going to be amazing. I've actually remembered something. So document.body.stylesheets. Make sure you got the capital S on style sheets and the sheets of style sheets. and background color and green. Anyone else tried it? Does it work? I might be amazed if this works first try. Let's see. Shift, refresh, play, high. Oh, it'll only work on low as well. So
I still get the alert.
play low. Nope. Okay, so it didn't work. Let's see if we got error message on it that will tell us what's going on. Yep, there we go. Okay, bump, bump. Okay. Uncaught error document body style sheet is undefined. Okay, so it doesn't like that. So we want to change the CSS. It's been a while since I did that. I closed all my stuff. What if you want to do something you don't know how to do it? Look it up where? Google. So let's go to Google. This is a good practice too. This is another key or tool in your chest. And let's say JavaScript change background color. So I'm going to go JavaScript change background color. W3 Schools is a decent place to go. So if we go here, document body, no, it's style sheet, style dot background color. Okay, so that tells us. So there's another tool in your chest. So okay, so get rid of style sheets and just go style. So save it, and let's go see if that made a difference. Shift, refresh. Let's see, maybe no, it's body. Okay, cool. I just suddenly had an idea that it wouldn't work. Refresh, play, low. Yay! Look at that. That's amazing. Okay. So, knowing what you know, okay, you've got enough information now here. We'll work on that in a second. You got enough information right now here to make this change it to green as well when you get it right on high. And then see if you can figure out how to change it to red when you get it wrong. So I'll give you a minute, then we'll go ahead and okay, so I gave you a little time, or for the video people, no time whatsoever, but you can pause the video. Okay, so first of all, to have it turn green when we get high, correct, just copy that line and replace the alert in your if to make it turn to green. Now, we want to turn red when it's wrong, so if this is not equal, so I believe I covered this, but it's been a while and we haven't used it a lot, so after our if, we can do else with another curly bracket. And so it'll do this if it's true, it'll do this if it's false. So if I copy my line with my green here, and I change it to red, now it'll do that. So it'll do this if it's true, this if it's false. Then I can just copy this whole thing and paste it on my low like that. So go ahead and test that and it should be working. Okay, so that works. Let's see, shift, refresh, play, low. Hey, got it right. Shift, refresh, play. Let's go low again. Oh, I got it wrong. Shift, refresh, play, high. Hey, that works. Let's see if we can get a high one. High, wrong. Hey, look at that. 4 chances and I got it right and wrong both. Okay, so cool. So we've got that set up. So now we've got a game that recognizes when you're right or wrong. So we got the basics there. So now we want to be able to make it so you can continue on. Some of the things we'll want, first of all, we'll want to reset after the game is done. So basically what we're going to want to do, I think, is we're going to want to change this play card, play on this button, to again, or something like that. Again sound like a good, or retry. Maybe that's it. Retry is maybe better. Okay, so what we want to do is when we're done, we want to set this to retry. So let's go back to our JavaScript. And so we're going to do a reset at the end of our guess low or our guess high, right? So since we're going to do it in both places, let's create a function because you guys haven't enough practice doing functions. So let's call a function called reset. There may be other times we want to reset anyway. Opening and closing brackets or parentheses and curly brackets. Okay, so we're going to want to do two things when we reset. First thing we want to do is change that button text. So let's go to our HTML and look for that button. So here's our button. Type button value is what we're going to want to change. Play. And we don't have an ID on the button. Let's add an ID to the button just so that we can target it another way, but let's target it directly. So after on click, but before the / and the close of it, let's add space into ID. Oops, equals, and in quotes, let's just call it play BT or button, play button. ID equals play button. Now mine has word wrap on it, so don't put another line here. This is all on one line. You'll notice my line numbers here, 15 now is wider. So that's another clue. I have word wrap because I have the font much larger so you can read it. So we should add ID play button. So go make sure you save that. And then let's go to our JavaScript. Under our function reset, we want to find that button. So we're going to say document dot get element by ID. The ID we set was play button. Now again, this is in another file, so you won't have code completion to tell you what's there. And then what we want to change on that play button is its value. Set that equal to retry and a semicolon. So document get element by ID play button dot value equals retry in quotations. Go ahead and try that and see if that works for you. So why won't that work? Well, we got a function that changes the button. Nothing calls the function. The function's never called. So we got to go back to our guess low and guess high. And at the end of that, that's going to be annoying. Or no, that's right. No, that's right. I was thinking ahead. So at the end of that, we're going to add a line still inside the curly brackets for guess low. And we're just going to call our function, which was reset. And we're going to change that button value. We're going to add the same thing to our get high, or guess high. Do that for our guess high. Save it. If you've saved both, try it now and it should work for you. So that leaves us here. It changes it to retry. Here, I'll do it once for the people at home. Then their studio audience, low, okay, retry. Okay, so it says retry. Now we don't want to change our background color yet because if we do it right away, it'll be red, like red, white. And we don't want to clear those cards right away, otherwise we'll say, what were the cards again? So what we're going to do now is we're going to clear the background color and clear this when we click retry. So, and that will be for next week. So we'll be ready to work on that for next week. So yeah, if you guys have any questions during the week, I don't have any homework assigned for you, but you can always contact me at mrc@mrcscience.com.